Hi guys, welcome to the Wrestling Retrospective, and in today's video I'm going to do my review of WWE/AAA Worlds Collide 2025. So first up we had the AAA team of Mr. Iguana, Aerostar and Octagon Jr. defeated LWO and Lince Dorado, and this match was very good. It was a lot of fun to watch and a really cool way to start the show. I feel like it gave like a good feel of what the rest of the show was going to be like. Mr. Iguana is over as fuck. You cannot seem to escape this guy. He's all over my Twitter timeline and Facebook and Instagram. He's everywhere. So yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if they brought him back for some kind of maybe event in the future, maybe did some stuff with NXT. But yeah, we saw some very innovative offense from like the get-go. A lot of stuff we kind of don't see a lot of in WWE unless it's like Penta or Phoenix, and every so often Andrade wrestling, and of course Rey Mysterio, but he's been out for a while now. But yeah, I'd say both teams were like really going for it, and I think the only real issue I had with this team is that there was no heel dynamic. It was two very babyface teams, so from what I can tell, the AAA team are very babyface. But you know, I feel like compared to later the 6-man tag later on, the 6-man team of Aerostar, Mr. Iguana, and Octagon Jr. had a better understanding and like had a better chemistry compared to the team later on. But I do like how they incorporated Dom into this match afterwards to kind of give that heel element. And yeah, it ended up in a match at Money in the Bank, which was really good as well. So yeah, I don't have any complaints about that. And yeah, I feel overall it was a very good match. It was a lot of fun to watch and just very enjoyable overall. I feel like the right team won a AAA team. It made sense that one of the AAA teams got a win here. I assumed it was going to be the LWO. And Lince Dorado seemed to fit quite well into the LWO dynamic as well, which was good. I don't think like he'll come and join up with the team overall, like going into the future. I feel like he's going to stay in Evolve and maybe do a bit of NXT. But yeah, I said overall really good match. After that, we had the team of Stephanie Vaquer and Lola Vice defeat Delis and Chick Tormenta in again what was a pretty decent tag team match. Though it did have the feel that Lola and Vaquer were definitely not winning, which kind of took away a little bit. But, you know, the synergy between Vice and Vikingo was very, very good. You could tell they kind of spent some time together in NXT, maybe even training together, maybe, I would assume, to kind of get that synergy together, not just for the match, but I think, like, in general, at the PC, they might have worked together. But, yeah, what they did worked very, very well. Delis and Chick Tormenta had a very good showing. But, yeah, the in-sync Devil's Kiss from Vaquer and Vice, of course, will be probably memed forever. It was a very good moment. Probably one of the bigger highlights of the night, in my opinion. But I feel like it's the opinion of everybody else. Someone should probably go do a house check on Booker T, though, because we need to make sure he's safe and still alive. But yeah, again, it was very enjoyable. It was a good win for Vaquer before Money in the Bank. I know she wasn't successful in the ladder match, but they gave her some good momentum going in. Vaquer seems to be wrestling all the time at the minute. It wouldn't shock me if she had a match on Raw as well tonight, or the last night. I'm recording this before Raw, so I've completely confused myself there. But yeah, hopefully like she maybe does get like a night off, because I think she wrestled, I think it was something like 7 matches in 25 days, which is just insane. But yeah, as I said, Vice looked great in this match as well, teaming up with Vaquer. I feel like this is her first kind of main roster kind of exposure. I don't think we've seen her on any other main roster stuff other than just NXT PLEs, which is just in case she put a great first impression in. And yeah, I said everything about this was very good, and I've got really nothing negative to say about it. Following that, we had the second 6-man tag team match of the night, where Legado del Fantasma defeated Pagano, Psycho Clown, and El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr. And yeah, this had the kind of same feel as the first 6-man tag. It was very good. Everyone had a really good showing in it. The AAA team, I think worked as well as the first team did. I feel like, even though Pagano and Psycho Clown do, I think, regularly team together, or at least it seemed to seem that way when me and my brother did some research into AAA. Yeah, so it just seemed a bit off. Pagano also had moments where he kind of lost balance, or like something didn't quite go right for him. So yeah, it kind of took away from the match again, just a little bit, not to a point where it like ruined the whole thing. It was very, very good. And yeah, Legado del Fantasma is like a particularly big talking point in my opinion, because I am a big fan of Legado del Fantasma, and especially Santos Escobar. And yeah, these guys had a great showing. They came together in the end. I assumed that they might end up breaking up the team, but it seems like that's not going to be the case, which I'm very happy about. And yeah, they had a great showing throughout. They even got a massive W, which, you know, they don't really get much on TV. I mean, I know Los Garza do, but Santos Escobar, I couldn't even tell you the last time he had a match on TV. And for him to get a W here as well, I think is massive. Hopefully this then leads into something on SmackDown where they can probably be seen more as a team, like more regularly, and Santos as well gets matches more regularly, because as I said, I can't remember the last match he had. And yeah, I'd love to see Santos just like wrestle more, just because as I said, I'm a big fan of Santos Escobar and Legado del Fantasma, and I feel like they're not utilized enough on SmackDown at the minute. Following that, we had Ethan Page defeat Laredo Kid, Rey Fenix, and Javon Evans to retain the North American Championship, and this is such a great match. It had everything I expected and a lot more, and yeah, the exchange between Phoenix and Javon Evans to start the match was absolutely brilliant. I don't really get how Phoenix doesn't become a big star, if that makes sense. Like, he is fantastic in the ring. I know they probably need someone to do his promos. I'd assume he does know a bit of English, but like, I feel like that's the only thing that might set him back a little bit. But I don't feel like that should matter as much, because like I said, in ring he is so good, and yeah, just overall he's just massively over. So I don't get how, again, he doesn't become a top star. And then once they put the Lucha Bros together, man, they are going to rip the tag team division apart, and I can't wait to see it go down. Yeah, Ethan Page fit his role in the match really well. He was kind of the shithouse heel, and yeah, there was big moment, not big moment, but there was like moments of that where he was kind of taking everybody out, and the table spot the over the table spot between him and Javon was really cool. But him doing a Hurricane Rana and then kind of coming off the top rope was said very uncharacteristic from Ethan Page, but he's adapting to the situation that he's in with, you know, two other luchadors and a very big high flyer in Javon Evans. But yeah, it said, you know, the Ethan Page as a heel and just like shithousing on people, but then being a great wrestler, it's just like a lethal combo. And again, just like Phoenix, I don't get how he doesn't become a big star in WWE. Laredo Kid and Rey Fenix had a fantastic exchange in the middle of the match. You could kind of tell that they kind of waged war before, especially as Laredo Kid avoided the spider kick, which is obviously one of Phoenix's key moves. And yeah, Laredo had a very good showing in this match. He was kind of featured the least, and he was taking a lot of offense, but the little flurry he had in the middle of the match, he showed just how good he is. But Evans, though, Javon Evans, adapted to the lucha style so well, and I feel like it fits his high-flying nature kind of really well, like just as it is. So then just seeing him exchange with Phoenix with Laredo Kid was just so entertaining, and like you can't keep your eyes on the screen when he's in the ring with them, because they're just doing mental stuff off the ropes and off the turnbuckles and jumping all over the place, and it's just really, really fun to watch. But yeah, all these guys were so impressive. There was a high octane feel to the match like throughout, and none of them really let up at any point. Even when some people were taking some time on the outside, the two in the ring were absolutely going for it. So yeah, it was so fun to watch. And yeah, I'd argue it was probably one of the best matches of the weekend, if not like probably the second best behind the main event. But yeah, Page stole the win, and yeah, I love like the whole work smarter, not harder thing of Ethan Page, which helped him massively here. And yeah, just said overall, just a great match. And so if you haven't checked it out, go check it out. It's on YouTube, and it's just absolutely brilliant. And finally, in the main event, we had Vikingo defeat Chad Gable to retain the AAA Mega Championship in what was an absolutely fantastic match. Both of these guys are incredible pro wrestlers. And yeah, this solidified to me that this show overall had such a takeover feel. And not just any takeover, but late 2010s. 2018, 2017, where NXT takeovers were absolutely outshining main roster pay-per-views. And yeah, this had great traditional and transitional wrestling to start with. Vikingo especially showed that he could, though he's better known as a high flyer, he could meet Gable on the mat and kind of do all the kind of stuff that Gable can do, in the ring. Yeah, the first half was more of a Chad Gable match, whereas the second half of the match was more of a Vikingo match. They both complemented each other really well and kind of adapted to each other's styles, almost to I don't know, I don't want to say a masterclass, but it was just a great level of understanding between them both where they could wrestle each other's style of matches, and it worked so well. Vikingo in single situations is honestly probably one of the best, well, not only one of the best wrestlers in the world right now, but one of those wrestlers you can pretty much have a good match with anybody. It was just a very good thing. He reminds me of the likes of Seth Rollins, Gunther, Ilya Dragunov. I feel like if he faced off against any of them, it would probably be an absolute classic. But I did like as well the leniency of the referee. He didn't do anything about the table spot, he just let it happen, which was really cool. But yeah, some highlights from like both guys really. The springboard 360 to the outside on top of Gable was great from Vikingo. The like spinning reverse 450 was awesome, and then like the spinning Poison Rana again was absolutely fantastic, and like really made me like almost, I don't want to say mark out, but like it got a big pop out of me. As for Gable, you know, he did the I'm trying to find it in my notes. The hand spring from Vikingo that he turned into like a razor's edge DDT was absolutely fantastic. The avalanche power bomb, and then the cell on that destroyer. The fact that he landed pretty much directly on his head, like made it look awful, but like but it seemed perfectly safe, which was awesome to see. But honestly, I'm starting to become more of a fan of Chad Gable the more I see him wrestle. I feel like this new like feud against all luchas has brought a new lease on life on him, and I'm starting to understand why he has such a big fanfare behind him and how people want to see him more, not only wrestle on TV but to win championships, because arguably he is one of the best wrestlers on the WWE roster right now, especially when it comes to underutilized talent. And the fact that, you know, we get to see him almost every week wrestle in some kind of capacity is actually really awesome. And as I said, I'm really starting to get invested in him as well with everybody else. But yeah, for me, this was a match of the year candidate. I thought this was an absolute masterpiece of a match. It was absolutely outstanding. And yeah, I'd argue as far as just WWE goes, this is going to be one of their best matches of the year. And yeah, I look forward to seeing guys like Vikingo come into WWE maybe a little bit more, whether it's NXT or main roster, I'm not sure. But yeah, as I said, this just had an absolutely great like vibe to it as far as an overall show goes. But to finish off with this absolutely fantastic match, like by far the best match of the weekend. And yeah, I just cannot say enough good stuff about this match. It was absolutely brilliant. So those are my thoughts and opinions on WWE/AAA/TNA/NXT Worlds Collide. Do put down in the comments below your thoughts on the show, your favourite matches, what your favourite moments were, all that kind of stuff. And yeah, we can talk have a good discussion about it in the comments. Do like the video as well, do share it, do subscribe. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers before SummerSlam. I'm on about 750 now, so please do subscribe and stick around. There's a lot of good stuff coming up on the channel, some wrestling revisits. I've got my top 50 women's matches of all time, in my opinion, coming up on the channel in the next couple of days. There's a wrestling revisit where I'm going to be reviewing NXT TakeOver New Orleans, as well as a SummerSlam card I'd like to see. I know it's a fair bit of time before SummerSlam, but that's the card I would like to see. So yeah, do stick around for all that kind of stuff. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.